He was born into wealth so vast it bordered on royalty. Gilles de Rais entered the world in late 14th century France. Surrounded by castles, servants, and power most men could never imagine. From childhood, he learned one lesson above all others. He would never be denied anything. As a young man, Gilles became a knight brilliant, fearless, and terrifying on the battlefield. He fought in the 100 Years' War and rose rapidly through the ranks. At just 24, he stood beside Joan of Arc, riding into battle as one of her most trusted commanders. France celebrated him as a hero. The king rewarded him with titles, lands, and unmatched prestige. But while the world praised Gilles de Rais, something inside him was rotting. After the war, Joan of Arc was captured and burned alive. Gilles returned to his castles not as a warrior, but as a lord with absolute power. And it was there, behind stone walls and locked gates, that the disappearances began. Peasant children vanished. At first it was whispers. A boy sent to deliver a message never returned. A girl promised work at a noble's castle simply disappeared. Parents searched forests and rivers, blaming wolves or bandits. But the truth was far closer and far more horrifying. Witnesses later testified that Gilles' servants were ordered to lure children with promises of food, money, or education. Once inside the castle, the gates closed behind them. What happened next was so brutal that medieval court records still disturb historians today. Children were stripped, tortured, assaulted, and murdered. Some accounts describe Gilles watching calmly. Others say he took pleasure in the suffering, prolonging it for hours. Bodies were burned, dismembered, or dumped to erase all evidence. And for years, no one stopped him. Why? Because Gilles de Rais was rich. Because he was noble. Because he was a war hero. And because accusing a man like him was more dangerous than remaining silent. As his crimes escalated, Gilles descended deeper into madness. He burned through his fortune on alchemy, black magic, and occult rituals believing demons could restore his wealth. He hired sorcerers, conducted forbidden ceremonies, and signed contracts in blood, all while children continued to vanish from nearby villages. Eventually, his arrogance became his undoing. In 1440, Gilles kidnapped a priest during a land dispute act that finally angered the church. Once arrested, the floodgates opened. Parents came forward. Servants broke down. Witness after witness described rooms soaked in blood and screams echoing through stone halls. Under trial, Gilles de Rais confessed. He admitted to abducting and killing dozens of children, possibly more than 100. He showed no remorse, only fear for his soul. Some historians debate whether parts of the confession were exaggerated or forced. But even skeptics agree on one thing: too many children disappeared for him to be innocent. On October 26, 1440, Gilles de Rais was hanged and then burned. The crowd watched as the man once hailed as a savior of France died as a monster. Yet his legacy did not end there. Centuries later, stories of a wealthy nobleman who murdered children inspired the legend of Bluebeard, one of Europe's most famous fairy tale villains. His castles still stand. His name still chills historians. Gilles de Rais reminds us of a terrifying truth. Evil does not always hide in the shadows. Sometimes, it rides into battle as a hero, and the world applauds.